Ryan can go, and he didn't go with me. He came, I was already sitting down, he came and sat down. One of my close friends had an extra ticket, gave Ryan a ticket. He sat down, we talked just about life and family and really about social media. That's what we really talked about.
Ryan Garcia is taking a new approach to his preparation for his upcoming showdown with Conor Benn, training at the Mayweather boxing gym alongside Floyd Mayweather and adding an intriguing new dimension to his fight camp. The gym is known for emphasizing discipline, precision, timing, and attention to detail, creating an environment where fighters are constantly encouraged to improve and correct weaknesses. For Garcia, training in this setting could help him sharpen his technique, refine his timing, and make important adjustments before stepping into the ring. With the fight getting closer, Garcia appears focused on making every part of his game as polished and effective as possible when fight night finally arrives.
I don't get that. I just got it back. Here.
Hey, Willie, don't never interrupt. Get up and you never right.
And guess what?
What's cracking?
Thank you. Love you, Andrew.
Look at these fits. These fits are insane. Champ, some people were criticizing Ryan's defense in his last fight versus Duarte. They were talking about the shoulder roll. You know, you're the master defensive boxer of all time. What do you think of his defense?
Just my personal opinion, I thought that he took his time, he was patient, more focused. Whoever didn't like his performance, I mean, I feel like it was a well-rounded performance. He did what he had to do, went out there, executed the game plan. I'm pretty sure they had a good game plan.
Ryan Garcia already possesses dangerous speed and explosive power, but working with Floyd Mayweather could bring an entirely different element to his preparation. Mayweather's experience against pressure fighters who constantly move forward could be valuable for Garcia, especially with Conor Benn expected to apply heavy pressure and close the distance on September 12th. This type of preparation could help Garcia improve his timing, movement, counterpunching, and ability to deal with an opponent who refuses to give him much space. Between training rounds, Garcia could be working through the finer details of the matchup, including angles, timing, defensive reactions, and finding the right opportunities to land his fast left hook. His punching ability has never really been the main question, because Garcia already has proven speed and power. The bigger challenge will be maintaining his composure if Benn increases the pressure and forces the fight into a faster, more chaotic rhythm. That is where the experience and demanding environment of the Mayweather boxing gym could become particularly valuable for Garcia as he prepares for the September 12th showdown.
Ready, set, go.
Ryan Garcia does not need to become another Floyd Mayweather, and that is not the goal of this training camp. Instead, he can take the lessons that fit his own style, improve his decision-making under pressure, and make his natural speed and power even harder to deal with. Training at Mayweather's gym can also expose Garcia to demanding sessions and quality sparring, giving him opportunities to prepare for the fast and physical style Conor Benn is expected to bring. With the predictions and pre-fight talk continuing to build, Garcia's attention is now turning toward the work inside the gym. If he can combine his explosive abilities with greater patience, composure, and control, Benn could find himself facing a more complete version of Ryan Garcia when fight night arrives.
We're good. Money.
Ryan's time at Mayweather's gym has reportedly been about sharpening the smaller details of his boxing, but Conor Benn seems to be approaching the matchup from an entirely different angle. Benn has made it clear that he isn't concerned with Ryan's activity outside the ring, saying he hasn't been following the online noise or spending time checking social media. Instead, his attention has remained locked on preparation. For the past several months, Benn says his priority has been straightforward: train, improve, and stay focused. That mentality could prove valuable. While Ryan is working to expand his skill set, Benn appears committed to consistency, discipline, and maintaining a clear routine without getting distracted by everything happening around the fight.
On it. Are you surprised about how many people are favouring it for Garcia? Would you say give him a chance?
I've not seen the noise.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not in touch with it all. You know, I've not been on social media. I've not been aware of anything for the past 7 months. You know, all I do is lock in, train hard, spend time with my family, and be the best fighter I can be.
Yeah.
And you know, it's all eyes on Garcia and taking that world title, ripping that world title from his waist.
Benn also explained that training is a constant part of his routine, whether he is officially in camp or simply preparing on his own. He said one of his biggest motivations is setting the right example for his son, giving his preparation a purpose that goes beyond the usual fight week trash talk. When the conversation turned toward Ryan, Benn became much more direct. He questioned Ryan's resilience by referring to moments from his previous fights and argued that the two fighters approach competition with very different mindsets. Benn made it clear that he would rather push himself to the limit than walk away wondering if he could have done more. Whether fans agree with his assessment or not, Benn appears genuinely convinced that his mentality and preparation will give him an advantage.
It doesn't concern me. Ultimately, I'm training extremely hard, training 110%, giving everything I have to this camp for this fight, as I do every fight and have done my whole career, is give 110%. Because you see, when I look in the mirror and I go, did you give it your all? I've done everything in my power I could throughout my whole career.
Yeah.
That's enough for me, that's good enough. I give myself a pat on the back.
Yeah.
You know, people like Ryan will kick themselves when older. Why didn't I apply myself? Why didn't I dedicate myself? Why didn't I do more?
Benn also dismissed Ryan's prediction that the fight would end inside 5 rounds, responding with the idea that Ryan can keep making predictions while he stays focused on his preparation. That contrast says a lot about how each fighter seems to be approaching the matchup. Ryan appears confident in using his boxing ability and speed, while Benn is looking to turn the contest into a physically demanding fight from the opening bell. The discussion then moved to the weight limit. Benn acknowledged that making 147 pounds has become increasingly difficult, and indicated that this will be his final appearance in the division. That could become a major factor on fight night. If Benn makes the weight comfortably and carries his strength into the ring, Ryan could face serious pressure. But if the weight cut takes too much out of him, his intensity and stamina could be affected. Either way, Benn clearly isn't traveling to Vegas simply to chase Ryan around the ring. He intends to test Ryan's speed, skills, and composure from the very beginning.
He spoke to Mike Coppinger last Friday, and he said he'll be disappointed if it goes the distance and he doesn't stop you inside 5 rounds. Yeah. Do you feel like he's overlooking you, or any response to what he said there?
I don't care what he's doing. Yeah. Like, it makes no difference. He can carry on doing what he's doing. It don't concern me at all. All I know is that I'm working extremely hard to come out victorious. And no doubt I'll be looking for the stoppage myself. No doubt.
Yeah. Do you think you break him in there?
I think I'll stop him, yeah, I do.
Sounded completely committed to his own strategy, but Eddie Hearn offered a much more cautious assessment. After hearing Benn discuss the intense preparation, his decision to make 147 pounds one final time, and his confidence in getting a stoppage, Hearn questioned whether the weight is actually ideal for him. He expressed concerns about whether Benn can maintain his usual strength, punch resistance, and physical intensity at that limit, especially after the issues seen in his bout with Regis Prograis at 150 pounds. That concern could be one of the biggest factors in the matchup. Benn's approach depends heavily on pressure, aggression, and physical strength, so any negative impact from the weight cut could affect the very attributes he needs most. Hearn also made a point of recognizing Garcia's ability, describing him as a world-class fighter despite the setbacks and inconsistent performances that have shaped his recent career.
Because it's a good fight. It's an exciting fight for boxing. And
who wins the fight itself? How does
I don't like Conor at 147. I don't believe he should be fighting down there. You know, I think, look, he had those 2 fights with Eubank at 160. I'm not saying he's a middleweight. He fought Regis at 150, was it, or 151? He looked terrible in that fight. 147's brutal for him now. He trains so hard, you know, but I don't think he has power down there. I don't think he'll have the chin down there. And Ryan's a world-class fighter, you know. I know he's had his defeats and sometimes he's had his off nights, but he's very sharp and he's a big...
There is another side to Hearn's prediction, though. He expects Benn to come forward and make the fight competitive, saying he believes Conor will genuinely go after Ryan rather than simply settle into a defensive approach. That assessment is hardly surprising, because Benn isn't heading to Vegas just to admire Ryan's movement for 12 rounds. His goal is to put pressure on him and see how he responds. Hearn also touched on the business surrounding the event, with major names and companies such as Golden Boy, Zuffa, DAZN, Paramount, Oscar de la Hoya, and Dana White connected to the promotion. But beneath all of that, Hearn's main argument remains simple. He believes Ryan's combination of speed, punching ability, and physical advantages could make things extremely difficult for Benn at 147 pounds. Now Benn has heard that prediction, and the question becomes whether Fight Night delivers the version Hearn expects, or the aggressive, determined fighter Benn himself has been promising.
I'm not going to get into the back and forth because, yeah, I guess we've had peace talks and all that kind of stuff, but they think they can do anything, right? They think they can interfere with fight contracts, with broadcast contracts. They expected Ryan Garcia against Conor Benn to be a Zuffa show on Paramount. That is it. And Sky Sports, which is their other partner. Right? It's now a ring card, co-promoted by Oscar de la Hoya and Zuffa on DAZN and Paramount. But and I think that is it's good for them because it's incredibly humbling. It's teaching them how...
Following Hearn's comments, the discussion became even more interesting as Chris, Paulo Malignaggi, and Robert Garcia offered their own breakdown of the matchup. Robert focused on what he believes could be Benn's most effective strategy. Rather than staying at long range and attempting to match Ryan's boxing, he suggested that Benn should close the distance, turn the fight physical, work the body, and constantly pressure Garcia. But Robert also highlighted the major danger waiting for Benn, Ryan's left hook. That punch has become one of the biggest talking points surrounding the fight because Ryan's speed and accuracy mean he may not need a large number of clean connections to change the entire contest. Paulo Malignaggi went even further, arguing that the talent gap appears so significant in Ryan's favor that the matchup could be attractive largely because Benn represents a more vulnerable opponent. That harsh assessment only adds another layer to the growing debate over whether Benn can turn the fight into the kind of battle he believes he can win.
Benn is a guy who brings a pace, he's physical, he's shown durability. So I think the big question is going to be what happens when Ryan lands that vaunted left hook? Because the power's real. Ryan's fast, Ryan hits hard. What happens when he lands?
Look, we've had
in the Eubank fight. He's been 24 rounds of Eubank at 160.
Look,
Eubank can punch.
Yes.
Eubank can punch.
Look, I think
Ryan Garcia can punch.
Yes. Ryan right now as the world champion, everything changed. You know, he's the world champion. He's the man. So he's focused. He's dedicated. I'm sure he's gonna be in great shape. So I do see Ryan landing.
Is certainly one interpretation, but I wouldn't completely dismiss Ben's chances. Robert Garcia also pointed out a scenario that could dramatically change the fight. If Ben can consistently close the distance, disrupt Ryan's rhythm, force him into uncomfortable exchanges, and make him work under constant pressure, the matchup could look very different. Ryan has shown moments of frustration in previous appearances, and that is exactly the type of opening Ben would be looking to create. Robert also referenced the Rolly Romero fight as a reminder that even a heavily favored Ryan can find himself in a difficult situation when things don't go according to plan. At the same time, Garcia believes winning the WBC title may have given Ryan a different level of confidence and maturity heading into this stage of his career. That leaves three very different perspectives. Pauli sees a potentially one-sided fight. Robert believes Ben has a realistic path to victory, and Ben himself is determined to prove the doubters wrong. That is why the easy win narrative may be premature. Ryan could enter as the favorite, but Ben has a straightforward objective: deal with the speed, get inside, apply pressure, and completely change the fight.
You see, I could also see some really good rounds where Conor finds his way on the inside, you know, makes Ryan miss the first couple punches and finds his way on the inside and give him some trouble. I do see that too, and that's interesting. I want to see that. I want to see how Ryan reacts to Conor on top of him and just, you know, being a little aggressive, a little dirty, we could say, and confusing.
Making it physical,
too. Yeah, make it physical. Ryan could get confused, could get frustrated. We've seen it before. He does get frustrated. So that's one thing.
Coach Duarte, one of your guys.
Yes,
I don't think you were with him at that point, but he made that fight physical.
But yes, exactly. So I think it's something that's gonna have us waiting to see what kind of reaction Ryan takes when somebody like Conor's on top of him and being a little ugly, a little dirty. You know,
with all those opinions on the table, the picture heading into September 12th is becoming easier to understand, but there is still plenty of room for an unexpected result. Ryan appears to have the advantages in speed, punching ability, and overall boxing technique, while Ben brings relentless pressure, physical strength, and the mindset needed to make the fight uncomfortable from the opening bell. Robert Garcia has identified Ryan's left hook as a potential fight-changing weapon, while Ben believes he can take away Ryan's speed by closing the distance and forcing him into sustained exchanges. That contrast in styles is what makes this matchup so intriguing. Now it's your turn. Does Ryan Garcia get the stoppage, or can Conor Benn's pressure disrupt Ryan and produce a major upset? Drop your prediction in the comments and explain why you're backing your pick. And if you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to